Are you ready for a massive professional shift? April 2026 brings a rare planetary alignment that will redefine your career and finances. From a major rebalancing of your resources to a 7-year cycle of total reinvention, we're breaking down the 5 essential events every Virgo needs to navigate this month. Chapter 1: The Financial Turning Point. The month of April 2026 doesn't just walk in. It arrives with a cosmic gavel demanding order in your house of finances. For every Virgo, the first 48 hours of this month act as a massive financial turning point. If you've been feeling like you're running on a treadmill, working hard but not seeing the numbers move, this is the moment the machinery finally shifts gears. In astrology, we call this the full moon in Libra hitting your second house. But let's put the jargon aside and talk about what this actually looks like in your real life. It is a moment of total clarity. Think of it as a cosmic audit. You are being asked to look at your bank account, your debts, and your side hustles with fresh eyes. This isn't just about spreadsheets, though. It's about your value. Are you charging enough for your time? Are you staying in a situation that drains your resources because you're afraid to ask for more? During these first 2 days of April, expect a moment of truth. This could manifest as a long-awaited payment finally hitting your account, or perhaps the final signature on a loan that has been hanging over your head for months. It is the closing of a door. You are finishing an old story about scarcity and preparing to write a new one about stability. Because this event happens in Libra, the sign of the scales. Everything is about balance. If you've been overspending to soothe your stress, the scales will tip, showing you it's time to recalibrate. If you've been under-earning while over-delivering, the universe is going to nudge you to stand up for your worth. You might feel a sudden, intense urge to organize your physical space, clear out old receipts, or finally hit unsubscribe on those recurring digital costs you don't even use. This is the spring cleaning of your soul's economy. Before we dive into the next major event, which, trust me, is going to completely change how you handle your professional partnerships, make sure to hit that subscribe button and give this video a like. It helps our community grow and ensures you never miss these essential monthly blueprints. By the time the sun sets on April 2nd, the fog around your money starts to lift. You'll feel a sense of relief, like a weight has been removed from your shoulders. But don't get too comfortable just yet. This financial leveling up is actually just the foundation you need for the high-intensity shifts coming mid-month. You've cleared the deck. Now it's time to see who is standing there with you. Chapter 2: The Power Shift in Partnerships. If the beginning of the month was about your personal wallet, the second week of April 2026 is about the hands reaching into it, and the hands you are holding. We are entering a phase called the Power Shift, a period where the universe puts a magnifying glass over your deepest connections, your shared contracts, and the invisible strings that tie your success to others. From April 9th through the 17th, a massive surge of energy gathers in a very intense part of your chart. In the language of the stars, this is a stellium in your 8th house. But you don't need to be an astrologer to feel what's coming. You might start to notice a certain heat rising in your professional collaborations or even your closest personal relationships. This isn't just about small talk, it's about the big stuff. Shared bank accounts, investment strategies, inheritance, or that complex contract you signed months ago that now feels a little too restrictive. During this window, the power shift acts like a pressure cooker. You might find yourself in a situation where you realize that a partnership, whether it's with a business associate or a spouse, is no longer balanced. Perhaps you've been carrying 80% of the load while only receiving 20% of the credit. Or maybe you've realized that a joint venture is heading in a direction that no longer aligns with your personal integrity. This is an uncomfortable territory for the typical Virgo because it involves things we can't always control with a checklist. It involves other people's unpredictable emotions and their financial habits. You might feel a sudden urge to pull back the curtain and see exactly where the money is going or how decisions are being made behind the scenes. Do not ignore that instinct. This mid-month intensity is designed to show you exactly where your boundaries have become too thin. The peak of this energy arrives on April 17th with the new moon. Think of this as your great reset. If the previous week felt like a confrontation, the 17th is the day you get to propose the solution. This is the ultimate day to renegotiate. If you need to pitch a new profit-sharing model, redefine the roles in a creative project, or simply have a heart-to-heart about shared responsibilities, the stars are handing you the microphone. But here is the catch. To succeed in this power shift, you have to be willing to let go of the old way of doing things. You cannot enter a new era of growth while clinging to a partnership dynamic that belongs in the past. It's about psychological transformation. You are learning that your power doesn't come from doing everything yourself. It comes from choosing the right people to build with. As we move through this intense week, keep your eyes on the prize. The tension you feel isn't there to break the relationship. It's there to burn away the fluff, so that only the strongest, most honest foundation remains. You are graduating from being a helper to being a power player. Chapter 3: The Visionary Breakthrough. After the heavy, intense detective work of the first 2 weeks, April 19th marks a literal change in the atmosphere. If the previous chapter felt like you were trapped in a windowless room negotiating a contract, this third event, the Visionary Breakthrough, is the moment someone throws open the shutters and lets the cool, fresh air of the outside world rush in. As the Sun and Venus move into Taurus, a fellow Earth sign, they land in your 9th house. This is the part of your sky that governs everything big. It's the house of long-distance travel, higher education, philosophy, and your global footprint. For a Virgo who often spends so much time focusing on the tiny grains of sand, this transit is a gift. It forces you to look up from the grain and finally see the entire beach. Around April 19th and 20th, you will likely feel a sudden, undeniable restlessness, but it's a positive kind. It's the urge to expand. This breakthrough isn't about solving a small problem. It's about changing your entire perspective on what is possible for your life. You might find yourself suddenly researching a distant country you've never visited, or perhaps looking into a master's program or a specialized certification that could catapult your career into a new league. This is the perfect window to launch something that reaches beyond your local neighborhood or current circle. If you've been sitting on a digital project, a book idea, or a content strategy that feels too big or too ambitious, the stars are giving you the green light. The energy of Taurus provides the grounded, steady hand you need to take these massive dreams and actually turn them into something tangible. It's not just a dreaming phase, it's a building the map phase. You'll find that your intellectual hunger is at an all-time high. You might stay up late into the night lost in a rabbit hole of new information, or find that a conversation with a mentor suddenly clicks a dozen missing puzzle pieces into place. This is where your melancholic or deeply thoughtful nature becomes your greatest asset. You aren't just looking for surface-level success. You are looking for meaning. You are asking yourself, what do I want my legacy to be? This visionary breakthrough acts as a vital breathing space. It allows you to gather your strength and broaden your horizons just before the most disruptive event of the decade hits your career sector later in the month. Think of this as the calm, beautiful morning before a massive, exciting storm. You are clearing your mind, sharpening your skills, and widening your view so that when the world starts to move faster, you already know exactly which direction you're headed. But don't get too comfortable in your library or your travel dreams just yet. While this breakthrough feels like a peaceful expansion, there is a test of discipline lurking in the shadows of the same weekend. A celestial stop sign is about to appear, and how you handle it will determine whether your new vision takes flight or stays grounded on the runway. Chapter 4: The Career Revolution. If the first 3 weeks of April felt like a slow climb up a steep mountain, April 25th is the moment the ground beneath you starts to shift in a way you never expected. We are entering the career revolution, and for Virgo, this is not just another monthly update. It is the beginning of a massive 7-year professional reinvention. On this day, the planet Uranus, the great disruptor, the innovator, and the rebel of the zodiac, moves into Gemini, taking up residence in your 10th house. In astrology, the 10th house is the highest point of your chart. It represents your career, your public reputation, and how the world sees you. When Uranus arrives here, it doesn't just knock on the door. It breaks it down to show you a version of your professional life you hadn't even dared to imagine. What does a career revolution look like for a Virgo? For many of you, it will manifest as a sudden, electric restlessness with your current role. You might find that the traditional, safe path you've been walking suddenly feels suffocatingly small. You may feel an urgent need to break free from a corporate structure, a specific boss, or even a way of working that requires you to be on stage, when you'd rather be the director behind the scenes. This is the ultimate transit for the modern digital professional. Uranus in Gemini favors technology, rapid communication, and unconventional ways of sharing information. If you've been dreaming of launching a faceless brand, moving into high-end digital production, or pivoting your career towards something purely creative and nomadic, April 25th is your cosmic starting gun. The old rules of how you are supposed to earn a living are being rewritten in real time. However, a revolution can feel chaotic. You might experience a sudden change in your workplace. Perhaps a project is cancelled, or a new, unexpected opportunity arrives that requires you to learn a completely new skill overnight. Your initial instinct as a Virgo might be to panic because you can't plan for Uranus. But here is the secret. You don't need to control this lightning, you just need to harness it. This is the moment to embrace your rebranding. How do you want to be known for the next decade? This isn't about small tweaks to a resume. It's about a total shift in your public identity. You are moving away from being the person who just gets the job done, and toward being a visionary leader in your niche. The melancholic intellectual vibe you've cultivated is now your greatest professional edge. It gives your work a depth and a cinematic quality that stands out in a crowded, noisy digital world. The career revolution is about freedom. It's about realizing that your reputation is yours to create, not something defined by a company or a title. As the dust begins to settle on this first major shift, you'll realize that the disruption wasn't there to ruin your plans. It was there to liberate you from a path that was no longer big enough for your potential. Chapter 5: The Strategy Checkpoint. As we reach the final days of April 2026, the universe throws a fascinating curveball, just as you're gaining speed. Imagine you've just been handed the keys to a high-performance sports car. That's your career revolution. But as you go to hit the gas, you realize the road ahead is still under construction. This is the strategy checkpoint, a cosmic test of your discipline and maturity that takes place during the weekend of April 19th. While the rest of the month is pulling you toward the future, a heavy meeting between Mars and Saturn occurs in a deep, sensitive part of your sky. In plain English, your drive, Mars, is running straight into a wall of responsibility and structure, Saturn. For a Virgo, this can feel incredibly frustrating. You have the vision, you have the new branding, and you have the passion to launch. But suddenly, a bureaucratic delay appears. Maybe it's a legal contract that needs 3 more rounds of edits, a financial partner who wants to see a 5-year plan instead of a 1-year dream, or a technical glitch that forces you to rebuild a portion of your digital archive. Here is the secret to winning this checkpoint. Do not fight the delay. In astrology, Saturn is the great teacher. He isn't trying to stop your revolution. He's trying to make sure it's built on a foundation that won't crumble. If you try to force a project through during this weekend, you'll likely find yourself dealing with the consequences for months. But if you use this stop sign to double-check your work, to apply that signature Virgoan precision to the fine print, you are essentially bulletproofing your future. Think of the strategy checkpoint as a quality control phase. You are being asked to prove that you aren't just a dreamer, but a professional who can handle the weight of success. This is where your intellectual and melancholic nature becomes a superpower. While others are rushing and making mistakes, you are the one sitting in the quiet of your office, refining the strategy and ensuring every gear is perfectly aligned. By the time you emerge from this weekend, the test will be over. You'll find that the obstacles that seemed so annoying were actually guardian angels in disguise, preventing you from making a costly mistake. You'll move into the final days of April with something far more valuable than just a new idea. You'll have a proven plan. April 2026 is your cosmic crossroads. By mastering these 5 shifts, you aren't just surviving the month. You are architecting a decade of professional freedom. If you found this strategic breakdown valuable, please subscribe to join our community of visionary thinkers. Like this video to support our cinematic archive and comment below. Which of these shifts are you feeling most intensely? Let's navigate this revolution together.